Let me see, let's take a random chart. Let me see, odd chef. I may not be staying too long for odd chef here. Let me see. So like I said, I always want to start from the daily time frame, from the monthly time frame, sorry. Okay, what's the monthly time frame saying? So we have this on the monthly, this trend line here. This on the use black, yep. So guys, this is my reference here. Monthly. Can you see these 2 points here? So you can understand that a trough can be very close to each other. Alright, so we have this. We have this here. We have this. You can see that I'm taking my time to explain these things, okay? I'm taking my time to explain this, all this about trend line. Alright, then we have the not too clean one here. We have another trend line here. Can you see that? Okay, then we also have this all on the monthly. Okay, so let's pick this trend line. Okay, consider we have multiple bounces on this trend line. Okay, now until we had a break here, the bounces remain valid until we have a break here. Okay, all right, so now let's pull down to the weekly. Okay, so you can see on this trend line here we have a bounce here and then price kept going up. So now what do you have here again on the weekly? Like I said, you have to know yourself, know thyself in this market. According to Socrates, know thyself. So we have a break, we have another trend line here. This is the weekly. I think on the weekly we used, what color we used? Pink. Okay, now guys, you can see this. So we have a bounce here, a bounce here. All right, guys, take your time to watch this video. Follow me to the end. You get better, you get more information on this. All right, so now we have a bounce here, and then we had a break here. This break moved to the upside for how many pips? About 300 pips. Okay, then price kept falling. So look at, there's something I really want to draw your attention to here. You can see that this, from this trend line on the weekly, from the monthly, sorry, and this one on the weekly. Okay, you can see that price is trapped after the break, after this breakout here. Okay, price came and did this and came to touch here, up here, and then had a bounce here until they had a breakout here. So now at this point here, you can see that price is actually bouncing off, kind of telling us that it's bouncing off this trend line here. So it's a break here, it's a break here, it's a bounce here, a bounce here, a breakout here, and then it's coming to have a bounce here. Now there's something I want to bring out here which is very critical, and I believe I should mention this. Okay, you know, I mentioned earlier in this video that support and resistance and trend line is another form of support and resistance. Okay, it's just that the conventional support and resistance are horizontal lines. These are diagonal lines. Okay, lines at an angle. So now these bounces we're having here. Okay, so now at this point here, now at this touch and at this touch, okay, we identify that as resistance. Okay, I have to mention, I have to say this. Okay, so that's why you have to be patient to watch a video from the start to the finish, so you can get all the information. So this is what happens to people. They start watching a video, they start watching the material, they start following up information, but they never finish. So they don't get to glean some information that will be very beneficial to their growth. Okay, so we have resistance here. Okay, then price came here, had a bounce, resist here, bounce, and then broke here, breakout here. This is breakout. Price broke out here at this point here. Okay, and then it came here. Here, and then we have a bounce. We have a bounce here. Bounce. Okay, so I'm going to call that place support. Okay, so now, for instance, this is a recent chart, and by the opening of tomorrow's bell in the market, all right, that's sometime later in the evening today, though that's late in the night, the market will be opening. Okay, I'm living in a time zone of GMT +1. So now price is we're having this here. Okay, we have this. So what will I be expecting? I'm expecting price to keep going upward, so move up. All right, that's what I expect price to do. That's what I expect price to do. Okay, so my buyers will be bullish this week or this trading week we're gonna have. Okay, my buyers is going to be bullish. All right, so here we have resistance, breakout, and then we have support, a bounce. Okay, a bounce here. Okay, so we can have bounce on either side of the divide. Okay, this pink trend line means the divide. We have a bounce here, we have a bounce here, then we have a breakout. We have another bounce here, but this time this bounce is a support. Okay, so if you are going to go back to this trend line is coming from the higher time frame, which is the monthly time frame. So what do we have here? We have resistance. We have resistance here. We have another resistance. Okay, then all right, I could as well have drawn another inner trend line here, but you see, you want to be careful with this market. All right, there's something we call analysis paralysis. I think I've mentioned that in the past. Analysis paralysis, where you just you keep getting more trend lines, more support and resistance, but now over time, this is where mastery comes in. Your ability to choose between trend lines. Which one do you want to stick to? Because if you are not careful, you will draw so many trend lines that your chart will become so cluttered and you become confused. Okay, so you want to avoid that. Analysis paralysis. Okay, it's a thin line between being a master and being confused. All right, so like I said, I like to pick a clean chart, and then I'll just get a focal point. Okay, this is what I choose to follow. This is the trend line I'm picking. This is the trend line I'm focusing on. All right, so now going forward, for this week now, I'll be expecting for price to bounce here, go up. Like I said, price don't move in a straight line. They give us a wave, come down and keep going up, or it may even do this again. From here, it drops all the way below this trend line. Okay, and keep going down. So like I said, guys, price have a mind of his own. Okay, what you get is what you get. What it gives is what you get. All right, the markets don't follow you, you follow the market. All right, so now that's all we got for this. All right, so of course, if you further wanna go down lower to the daily time frame, go down to the daily time frame, and then you can still pull out some other trend line here. Okay, like I said, depending, you choose your window you want to look at this thing through. Okay, I think we use what here? We used blue. Okay, so we have one touch here, two touch here. So the third touch did not hold, it broke, and then it kept going. You understand? And then you can scale down to the 4 hour. Alright, this is another trend line here. Okay, so all this, that's how we came about all these trend lines. Alright, so by now you should have a fair idea of what I'm trying to do. So you watch this video over and over again to give you, better understanding. That's how we do this thing. Okay, you don't watch a video once and think that it's not every time you have 100% attention or 100% focus when you're doing something. So probably you must have skipped some information while your mind swayed or something called your attention. So it is important to watch a video like this over and over. Alright guys, look, after watching this video, I don't think you'll come across any video on trend lines on the internet that you get more than what you're actually getting on this video. I'm not bragging. Okay, I'm not bragging, but seriously, I'm giving you guys meat here. Meat, alright? Not just chaff. I'm not just giving you cereal to eat. I'm giving you the meat here to eat. So, like I've covered a lot in this series of trend line. Alright, so let's just do one more chart and then we call it quits for this video.